Hey, what's up guys? Today we're going to be playing Genshin Impact. We're doing the Theather Mechanicus new game event. The first thing you need to do to play this event, you need to go to Liyue Harbor. It's near the first waypoint. You jump down, you talk to Ryujin. To play this event, you will need the shell lanterns from the event. You can actually craft these. They're very easy to craft. There is an alchemy bench right in Liyue by the waypoint, and all you need to do to craft these are new materials that you can get from destroying ores, crystals and stuff, picking up flowers and plants, and then killing enemies. So you craft as many as you want, and then every attempt is going to require you one lantern. Now, a few things to know. When you actually play this game, you will be acquiring currency, the Beneficus sigils, and this is the currency that you get from winning the game, basically. And then you can use this currency to upgrade your towers. This is the only way that you can upgrade your towers. You upgrade your towers from outside of the game, of the match. Now, you will be unlocking more and more type of towers as the event unfolds, so we're gonna have to be patient and wait a few days before we can get everything. When you go to the armory, this is where you upgrade. So if I wanted, let's say, to upgrade my fire tower, like my fire tower to level 3, it's going to cost me a few points. And also you can see here at certain levels what they unlock. So we're going to upgrade the water tower to level 3 as well. Now, basically, when you start playing, you will have difficulty multipliers. You basically want to go as high as possible based on when it unlocks. Some of them will require certain time frames and quests to do. You can also click on the stage feature here to see the maps, the map layout of each of the difficulty modifiers and the challenges, basically all the type of objective that you can do to get more points. Now, the team comp. The team comp is actually pretty important here because your characters cannot do any type of damage in this game mode, but they can apply crowd control and certain buffs. So in my case, one of the team comps that I really appreciate playing is Changyong for his crowd control with his E, Sucrose for his her E as well, since I have C1, so she can use it twice. Zhongli, which can, destroy Geo shields with his old E, but also the debuff for resistance when you're close to enemies with the shield. And then Mona for applying wet status, basically with her basic attacks and her E ability. You cannot use your ultimate in this game mode, so it's only the E and it does no damage. It's only for crowd control. Other characters that can be quite useful here would be Venti for his crowd control, possibly Barbara and Chi-Chi for the wet and cold status, Diona and Kaya for freezing, and maybe the Geo Travelers also, and even Animal Traveler can be quite useful to push back enemies into holes and stuff like this. So some of these, maybe others, the taunts on Ember and Ganyu and Mona does not work, so that's something to keep in mind. Now, when you start the event, depending on the difficulty, you will have a different map. You will want to, ready up. In my case, I really like to use the Lightning Towers. We will use 2 of them for now. And one of the other towers that's really useful to use is the Recovery MK, which increase the amount of points you get based if enemies die in this circle. That's why I upgraded this to higher levels. You can see on the left side I only have 30 points left, and building towers has to be done in these sockets here, and they also take a certain amount of points based on their levels. And you have a certain amount of time, and then you can press P to start the wave early. The layout can also be modified. On this floor there will be a second portal after the first wave on this side. You can disable this bridge, but however I don't personally do it because I want them to come this way for the second waves. And after each wave, you will have like a way to spend some currency as well. So you're unable to deal damage with your characters here, but you can still, crowd control, slow them down, stun them, try to do like some procs. While the stun does not work, it does apply wet status for electro charge procs, which is useful here. Also can try to freeze enemies. Doing charge attacks and knock enemies in the void and the emptiness could also be useful. Now, right now there's 4 waves. I'm not sure if the amount of wave is going to increase or not over the next, once we unlock more maps, more stages. The enemies on each map is actually going to be random for each attempt, and you can see what's going to be on the next wave here. So in my case, I really like the Electro Towers because they're guaranteed hit basically, and they usually shock more than 1 enemies. So you just have to be careful not that you don't have like Electro Slimes next floor, or else you might need to adapt your layout a little bit. Then you have these that you can choose from. So in my case, we're going to take the Electro attack speed. And now we have a lot of points, and you can build actually during this is happening. So it's important to actually try to use your points as soon as you can. Applying frost and water is usually a good idea. All right, now we're mostly safe, I believe. It's just about, making sure that both sides are fairly good. You can try and, damage and slow down enemies that has shields and stuff like that, just with some staggers. But yeah, keep an eye out on your resource to build whenever you can. It's usually a good idea to do so. I will add a fire tower just in case there is electro slimes soon. You do want your enemies to die as much as possible within the circle that where you position your recovery towers. Now the fearless thing is actually something that is free in terms of cost but adds a challenge for more points. I usually try to go with these. Though you do need to read it and be sure that it's sometimes like they're going to throw like a rune hunter at you, which go very fast, so you have to be careful. The fickle, it's a good versus a bad, so you only know once you choose it. Like power mechanics, more damage, but you don't know until you choose it, so we're not going to take that. Technically, the fearless one is usually a good one if you're confident on your maze. So now you have a 14 towers that you can build, and obviously you want to adapt to the monster waves that are going to be coming. If you see enemies like that have geo shields like this, I mean, in my case I have Zonly, so you can try to, you know, destroy a little bit the shields and stuff like that to slow them down and stuff like that. And you have the ult, and wow, you're not supposed to be able to do that. So you're not supposed to be able to ult, but I guess if you're fast enough, you might juke the game, and you can ult anyway. That's actually kind of funny. Let's introduce Zonly's ult. I don't think we can do that. Oh shit, we can. But it doesn't do damage, but still, this is hilarious. It might get patched, I don't know. We'll see. Now we're still early on in the event, so we don't have all the towers. Eventually you will unlock more interesting towers, which is going to impact the complexity and the challenge of your maze. So I'm pretty eager to see the higher forms and the higher difficulty curves, and also the point modifiers. Basically, if you want, you can still replay this, you know, at infinitum as long as you have the materials to enter the place. And this way you can upgrade your towers outside of the match in the armory as much as you want, as long as you have the points ready and you're farming the game. Thing is electro slimes and a rune guard, so that's kind of a problem. So what we're gonna do here is we're gonna invest into, you know, fire towers. This is too funny. But you know, you usually want somewhat of a balance in your towers. Just make sure to cover the elements that's coming. And then at the end, you have a certain amount of points based on the amount of objectives that you cleared up. Alright guys, thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed the content, please consider leaving a like and subscribing to the channel. We also stream every single day. Feel free to drop by our streams. You can join our Discord for the monthly giveaways. Alright guys, thank you for watching.